LGBTQ 1 Minute News, let's queer up gay culture. Queer bars across U.S. close amid economic strain, leaving communities mourning lost safe spaces. Across the country, LGBTQ plus bars are shuttering under economic pressure. Rising costs and declining foot traffic have hit queer spaces especially hard. In New York City, Club Lambda closed after 5 years serving Black LGBTQ plus patrons. In San Francisco, Gingers ended a 47-year run, citing weak customer support. Denver's Sweet and Milwaukee's This Is It also shut down. Owners point to labor costs, construction damage, safety concerns, and post-COVID hardship. While some venues turned to GoFundMe or community aid, many could not recover, marking a difficult year for queer gathering spaces nationwide. You know, we always do a story like this at least once a year, right? Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, it's been slowly hitting us. And after COVID, it was very difficult for some people to even come back. Mm-hmm. You know, but to see that we had done a story that a couple more sports bar places had opened up, representation for lesbians were up in that aspect, but we're still losing places that have been around for like 47 years, like Gingers, and you know, that's a blow. Even here for us, you know, certain restaurants on Wilton Drive that have had to close, grilled cheese, you know, for example.
And there was one in Miami, right? There recently, I think, too. But yeah, it is very alarming to see that, you know, we're starting to see like a little bit of rise in all of this. And it's so important that we're supporting our local businesses. I mean, really, you don't need to shop online. You don't need to go to like, you know, looking on your apps for all this stuff, because it really doesn't fit. At least for me, you know, if I try to buy clothes online, then it's never going to fit. But I would rather go into a store that's mom and pop based and then just get something that I want and that I feel a little bit more appreciated, you know, because I'm talking to a human, right?
Right. No, and that's the beauty about Wilton Drive, that Wilton really has everything that you need, right? There is literally a store called Tops and Bottoms, and it's not, you don't go there to find a date, okay? You go there to find a top or a bottom, okay? You know, you're going to a birthday party. If you go to the store called Over the Moon, right, on Wilton Drive, they have everything and the weirdest things you could ever think of to buy, all at affordable costs, you know?
Even like the consignment places that are there too, that are affordable for those that you know, can't afford some of the high-end stuff. So yeah, it's that with the bars and stuff. You know, we've got a bar for everybody, and that's wonderful and stuff. But then you see some of these cities that are struggling just to hold one bar, you know, and so you have to think about, you know, what's going on in that part of the world, you know, in terms of the money and like, you know, where is it that people are going to? So.
Yeah, we're lucky to have like all of Wilton Manors and be in this neighborhood, but like where some of these bars are located, like that was their only safe space.
Yeah.
And to then take it away, like where do they go? And that's just where it hits our community in those spaces.
Yeah, well, that is an LGBTQ 1 Minute News story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.